Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we shall going to tackle SQL interview question that was asked in Amazon. This question was sent by one of my mentee who had an interview at Amazon. So it's a SQL scenario based question. So let's just jump straight to it. So there's a university that has implemented a digital exit entry stroke exit flow to track how students use private study room inside the campus library. So this log collect timestamp records every time a student enters or leaves the study room. So the question is asking to write an SQL query to find how many students are currently studying in the library. So the student has a log where when a student enters into the library, it records, and when a student leaves the library, it records. So he want to he want you to write a query that will find how many students are currently in the library. So for example, we have this table. So in this table, for example, you have student ID 501. 501 enters in the library around 8 and he left the library 8:50. So student 501 is out of the library because he enters 8 and he left 8:50. So student 501 is out the library. And then student ID student 5 IPA 502, student 5 ID 502, he enters 8:10, he left 8:55, he enters in 9:05, he enters 8:10, out 8:55, in again 9:05. So the student 503 is in the library, and then student 503, he moved out of the library at around 8:30, and then he enters the library around 8:40. He moved again outside the library 9:20, and he enters in the library around 9:30, 35. 9:30, 35, and then he didn't move. So student 503 is also in the library. Student 504, he enters in the library and he didn't move outside the library. Student on 4, so this one is also in the library. Student 505, this one moved outside the library, so that means he is not in the library. So this one is out. So the question is asking to find how many students are currently the library. So the students who are currently in the library are student 502, student 503, and student 504. Student 101 and 505, student 501 and 505, these students are outside the library. So we are only interested with the student currently inside the library, which is student 502, 503, 504. So let's write a query to identify those students inside the library. So select student student ID student ID. So first of all, for us to get the student who are inside the library, we'll have to find the latest in time and the latest out time, and then we compare the latest in time and the latest out time. So for example, student 501, the latest time he enters the library was 8, and the latest time he left the library is 8:50. Therefore, the latest time is lower than the latest out time. Therefore, student 101 was out the library. We have student 502. The latest time he enters the library is 9:05, and the latest time he left the library is 8:55. Therefore, since the latest time he enters the library is greater than the latest time he left the library, therefore this student is in the library, because his latest time is in the library is greater than the latest time he left the library. So therefore we have to find the latest time. And we can use max function and write case when action type action type action type equals to in, then activity time, activity time, then end as latest time. So that's this for in latest in time. In time. And let's just copy this. And when the maximum time is out, just return the latest, just alias it as latest out time. Out time from our table is library logo, and then group by student ID. So if you run this one, this query, we're going to get the latest in time. So student 501, his or her latest time is 8. The latest in time, the latest time he enters in the library is 8, and the latest time he left the library is 8:50. Therefore, we're going to use having to filter the student who are in the library. That means the student who have latest in time greater than latest out time. So for that case, we're going to use having the latest in time is greater than the latest out time. Or so for example, students 504, he enters in the library but he didn't move out, therefore his or her latest time will be null. His or her latest out time would be null because he didn't move outside the library. So we can add a condition, or the latest out time is null. And when we run this one, you can see student 502, 503, and 504. As with 502, 504, 502, 503, 504. We can also use another method. So let's just steal this one. For method 2, let's just call it method 2. So we have this table that is having the latest and maximum. So we can use CTE with, let's say, time CTE as therefore we can select star from the time CTE table, time CTE where the latest in time is greater than the latest out time, or the latest the latest out time is null. So this one will also give the correct answer. Yeah, 502, 503, and 504. You first of all find the latest in time and the latest out time, and then you compare the latest in time and the latest out time. Those with the latest in time will be the student inside the library. Yeah, so if you have found this video helpful, kindly subscribe and comment on the topic that you want to cover in the next video. Thank you.